The Poynter Institute welcomes you to the announcement of the winners and finalists of the first Poynter Journalism Prizes, honoring the best in U.S. journalism from 2023. Hello and welcome. I'm Jennifer Orsi, Senior Director of Publishing and Local News Initiatives and the Contest Director for the Poynter Journalism Prizes. On behalf of Poynter and Poynter President Neil Brown, I'd like to thank you for joining us today for the naming of the winners of the 2024 prizes. Poynter teaches, empowers, and convenes communities around good journalism in service to democracy. We're pleased to honor some of the best and most impactful journalism in the United States last year through these esteemed prizes. Our goal is to raise the profile of many of the excellent news organizations serving their audiences every day. I'll be joined by some colleagues today in announcing these awards.
I'm Aaron Shirachman, Vice President of Sales and Strategic Partnerships for Poynter. For almost 50 years, Poynter has been the gold standard in professional development training for journalists. Our work bolsters local news infrastructure and sustainability in the United States. And our work empowers international journalists in countries where free expression is not guaranteed. We are the home of the Craig Newmark Center for Ethics and Leadership, which supports the ethical practice of journalism to serve communities. But our reach goes even farther. Here's my colleague, Alex Mahadavan.
I'm the Director of MediaWise, Poynter's digital media literacy project that teaches people of all ages how to spot misinformation online, with tools and programs that have reached more than 80 million people in 12 countries. The fight against mis and disinformation is a big part of Poynter's work. We are home to PolitiFact, the Pulitzer Prize-winning fact-checking newsroom that has produced more than 16,000 fact checks of politicians, officials, and internet claims. Poynter is also home to the International Fact-Checking Network, which supports more than 100 organizations worldwide. For some history of this contest, here's my colleague, Josie Hollingsworth.
I'm the Audience Engagement Director at Poynter. The contest we're about to announce is new to Poynter this year. We'd like to thank the News Leaders Association, which formerly ran this contest, for entrusting it to Poynter when they voted last year to disband. And special thanks to the members of the outgoing board of directors of the News Leaders. Many of them participated in the jury and the final judging phases of this contest. The contest has roots from two other organizations that merged to form the NLA, the American Society of News Editors, and the Associated Press Media Editors. The Poynter Institute has had a long association with the ASNE Awards, which were inspired by the late Eugene Patterson when he was editor of the St. Petersburg Times, now the Tampa Bay Times. Patterson served as ASNE president and was chairman of the Poynter Institute, which owns the Times. For many years, Poynter hosted the judging of the awards at its St. Petersburg campus and published an annual book compiling the work of the winners, Best Newspaper Writing.
We'd like to thank the sponsors, whose generous support made cash prizes available for the winners and supported Poynter's costs to run the contest. We'll identify each of them as we list the winners and finalists for the 10 categories. And now for the awards. In each category, we'll first name all the finalists in alphabetical order by news organization. Then we'll announce the winner.
The first category is the Baton Metal, which recognizes exceptional journalism that makes a difference to the lives of people and their communities. The award is sponsored by former editors from Knight Ridder. The finalists are the staff of the Boston Globe, Nightmare in Mission Hill; Casey Ross and Bob Herman, STAT, Denied by AI, Consequences for Sick and Vulnerable Americans; the staff of TMJ4 News, Project Drive Safer. And the winning entry is Casey Ross and Bob Herman of STAT, Denied by AI, Consequences for Sick and Vulnerable Americans. The judges called it a stunning series of stories that revealed the rigid use of an algorithm to deny care to seriously ill patients in pursuit of higher profits. The level of difficulty was extremely high. There were no easily accessible public records, and STAT had to build its own sources and documents while skillfully navigating the maze of healthcare and government bureaucracy. The result is an impactful, gripping series that is clearly written and beautifully executed. The next category is the Frank A. Blethyn Award for Local Accountability Reporting, which recognizes outstanding work done by a news organization that holds local authorities accountable for actions or inaction. It is sponsored by the Seattle Times. The finalists are Jeremy Rogalski, John Gibson, and Jennifer Cobb, KHOU 11 TV, Coffee City Police; Ted Sherman, New Jersey Advance Media, Death at Birth 18. The staff of the Village's Daily Sun, The Untold Stories of Ian's Immense Death Toll. The winner is Jeremy Rogalski, John Gibson, and Jennifer Cobb, KHOU 11 TV, Coffee City Police. KHOU 11 found that in Coffee City, Texas, a city of about 250 people, there were 50 police officers. More than half had been suspended, demoted, terminated, or dishonorably discharged from their previous law enforcement jobs. The judges said the series provided strong accountability journalism within the confines of the normal news broadcast and had clear impact.
The next category is the Dory J. Maynard Justice Award, recognizing reporting on social justice issues. It is sponsored by the O'Brien Fellowship in Public Service Journalism at Marquette University in Milwaukee. The three finalists are the staff of the Boston Globe, Nightmare in Mission Hill; the staff of Retro Report, Generation Stolen; Nicole Dune-Ka, Claire Healy, and Andrew Ba Tran, The Washington Post, The Collection. And the winner is Nicole Dune-Ka, Claire Healy, and Andrew Ba Tran, The Washington Post, The Collection. The judges called it exquisite, tenacious reporting. Adding this multimedia series was impossible to put down. It's important, institute-changing storytelling that's historical and current. The next category is the Deborah Howell Award for Writing Excellence, which recognizes distinguished achievement in writing in any medium. It is sponsored by Advanced Publications, Inc. The finalists are the staff of the Dallas Morning News, Alan Shooting; Wright Thompson, ESPN; Megan Cassidy and Gabrielle Lurie, San Francisco Chronicle, probing San Francisco's drug trade. The winner of the award is Megan Cassidy and Gabrielle Lurie, San Francisco Chronicle, probing San Francisco's drug trade. The judges moved this entry from the local accountability category to this category and named it the winner. Here is what they said. Proving that impactful writing starts with excellent reporting, San Francisco Chronicle journalists Megan Cassidy and Gabrielle Lurie undertook a courageous 18-month investigation into how desperate migrants from Honduras's Syria Valley provide the labor that fuels San Francisco's seemingly intractable drug crisis. The anecdotes chosen to tell the story are straightforward and searing, including descriptions of Honduran mansions emblazoned with logos from San Francisco sports teams, or the vibrant scenes of the humanitarian disaster that drugs have created in the city's Tenderloin neighborhood. The next award is the Mike Royko Award for Commentary and Column Writing, which recognizes excellence in writing by an individual expressing a personal point of view. The award is sponsored by the Chicago Tribune. The finalists are Columns by Yvonne Abraham, The Boston Globe; Columns by Anita Shabria, Los Angeles Times; Connie Wang and Connie Aramaki, The New York Times, Generation Connie. And the prize goes to Yvonne Abraham of the Boston Globe. The judges gave her the award for her poignant and insightful commentary, writing about Boston's homeless and the myriad issues they face. Abraham's columns are deeply reported and eloquently written. The result is an empathetic yet respectful look at the everyday struggles of those without permanent homes.
Our next prize is the Burl Osborne Editorial and Opinion Award, which recognizes excellence in editorial writing that has made an impact on behalf of a community, resulting in change for the better. It is sponsored by the Dallas Morning News. The finalists are the Boston Globe editorials addressing the Massachusetts housing crisis; Isadora Rangel, Miami Herald, Miami Dysfunction; San Antonio Express News, Political Crisis at the Border. And the winner of the prize is San Antonio Express News, Political Crisis at the Border. The judges said the editorials about aspects of the U.S. border crisis provided a gripping must-read series. Next is the First Amendment Award, given to the best example of protecting or advancing freedom of information principles and/or overcoming significant resistance to the application of the First Amendment. The award is sponsored by Middle Tennessee State University's Free Speech Center. This year's finalists are the staff of the Malheur Enterprise of Vail, Oregon, Public Works and Public Records; Jim Bombach, Joey Tyrell, and Don Zhu, Newsday, Teacher Misconduct on Long Island; Hannah Natanson, The Washington Post, The School Book Wars. And the winner is the staff of the Malheur Enterprise of Vail, Oregon. The judges called this a fantastic example of a small paper doing big work to affect real change in the local community. It profoundly changed how public records are viewed in its Oregon community.
Next, we are awarding a new prize for the first time this year, established by Poynter to honor Roy Peter Clark, the longtime Poynter faculty member known as America's Writing Coach. The Roy Peter Clark Prize for Excellence in Short Writing honors distinguished works of less than 800 words in length. The finalists are Maggie Prosser, The Dallas Morning News, Deadly Fake, Something of Hers, and Kristen Schwab, Marketplace, Tell Me How We Work and Spend. You have 4 minutes. And the first Roy Peter Clark Prize goes to Maggie Prosser of the Dallas Morning News. Maggie's 425-word story about a grieving mother revealed the power of short writing. It was clearly based upon a foundation of deep reporting, and it was based on an important short writing strategy, that there are small objects, like a hairband, with big stories hiding inside of them. Next, we have the Robert G. Magruder Award for Diversity Leadership, which recognizes the accomplishments of media professionals who encourage diversity in hiring and coverage. The award, which names a winner but not finalists, is sponsored by Gannett and the USA Today Network. This year's award goes to the Mississippi Free Press, whose 2 founders, one black and one white, built their newsroom with community and diversity in mind. They are a beacon of hope in our industry and a true example for others to follow. Our last category is the Punch Sulzberger Innovator of the Year, which goes to a journalist or organization that excels in new ways of executing the craft of journalism and whose work is a bold new approach. The award is sponsored by the New York Times. This year's finalists are Heather Hopp Bruce, opinion designer, the Boston Globe; Adam Clark, New Jersey Advanced Media, for the Oral History of Wawa; and Monica Olmanu, senior editor for visual storytelling, The Washington Post. And the winner is Adam Clark, New Jersey Advanced Media, for the Oral History of Wawa. For anyone who has never stepped foot in a Wawa, and even those who have, Adam's story was an inventive, fun, and fresh way to tell the story of a company and how it continues to be a cultural phenomenon.
We'd like to offer our congratulations to all of the distinguished winners and finalists of the 2024 Poynter Journalism Prizes. We also want to thank our sponsors and the many journalists who served as jury members and the final judging board. The winners will be listed on our website, poynter.org. If you'd like to support this contest in the future, or any of the work Poynter does on behalf of journalism and democracy, please consider a donation to help Poynter's work. Visit our website, poynter.org, to learn more about us. Thanks so much for joining us today to honor important journalism.